Hey guys, back in the basement again for another sports recap as well as a GIST NFL. Guys, it's March. We're 5 days into March and it's time for college basketball. With that being said, the calendar's turned. It's time for some playoff conference tournaments. It's time for some postseason tournaments. And that's including everybody, the ladies and the men. But with that being said, we talk about the men today. Now, we're not talking about on the NCAA level. We're talking about the NAIA level, the level that my son plays on, and that they came out victorious and beat Indiana Kokomo for the River State Conference Championship. So congratulations to Indiana Southeast. Today is bracket releasing day. We're going to release the bracket. We're going to about to go over to the beautiful beam footage that they're about to show and release and let us know what IUS will be playing in the postseason. With that being said, let's get there. Let's see what they got to say.
Welcome to the 2026 NAIA Men's Basketball National Championship Selection Show. Get ready as we set the stage in the battle for the Red Banner. 64 teams have been selected into the championship field and will compete to be the last team remaining and be crowned champions. Action in the 88th annual NAIA Men's Basketball National Championship gets underway on March 13th at 16 sites around the country, with the winners advancing to the historic Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, Missouri. The final site will be played starting on March 19th and will conclude on March 24th, broadcast free on Urban Edge Network and the NAIA Network. Dreams of reaching the national championship field can be realized in two ways. Each conference determines who their automatic qualifiers are. Teams can earn their bid by becoming regular season or tournament champions or finishing as the runner-up in the regular season or conference tournament. Those conferences with 10 or more schools receive 2 bids into the field, while those with less than 10 institutions receive 1. The rest of the teams are determined by the NAIA Men's Basketball Selection Committee, comprised of NAIA head coaches and administrators from around the nation. Are you ready? The announcement of the first and second round brackets starts now. Let's get started in the Naismith quadrant, with the first and second round games being played in Henderson, Tennessee, hosted by Freed-Hardman. The number 1.
I hope we don't go there. I hope we do not go there. Nothing wrong with Henderson, Tennessee. But it's damn near 3 hours away, and I don't want to make that drive. Please, don't put us there. Keep us close so I can make the road trip. Let's see what happens, guys.
Seed will be the Lions of Freed-Hardman. The Lions claim the Mid-South Tournament Championship with an overall record of 29-1 and have won their last 26 games, going undefeated in conference play for the first time in program history. They will face the number 16 seeded Jaguars of Governor State. The Jaguars are the Chicagoland regular season champions with an overall record of 22-9 and are making their first trip to the national tournament since 2018. The number 8 seed in the Naismith quadrant are the Wolfpack of Loyola. The Wolfpack gained an at-large berth out of the Southern States with an overall record of 22-7. They will face the number 9 seeded Threshers of Bethel, Kansas. The Threshers garnered an at-large berth out of the KCAC with an overall.
All right. Thank goodness. We are not going to that region. All right. I dodged a 3.5-hour bullet. But with that being said, where will we end up? I was looking at the sites. I like a couple of sites. They got 2 in Kentucky. Now, the one in Georgetown, it's about an hour and 10 minutes away. That's what I'm hoping for, guys. I got my fingers crossed. Let's go. Let's go, guys.
Overall record of 21-8. The next matchups will take place in Orange City, Iowa, hosted by Northwestern. The number 4.
Please don't send us there. We don't need to go to no damn Iowa.
Seed will be the Red Raiders of Northwestern. The Red Raiders won the GPAC Tournament Championship with an overall record of 26-5 and are joining the national field for the 28th time. They will match up against the number 13 seeded Trojans of Taylor. The Trojans gained an at-large berth at the Crossroads with an overall record of 19-10 and are joining the tournament field for the first time since 2017. The number 5 seed in the Naismith quadrant are the Statesmen of William Penn. The Statesmen join the field as the Hart Tournament champions with an overall mark of 25-6. They will face the number 12 seeded, the Yotes of College of Idaho. The Yotes garnered an at-large berth out of the Cascade Collegiate Conference with an overall record of 20-10 and are the defending national champions. The next matchups will be played in Georgetown, Kentucky, hosted by Georgetown College.
That's where we want to go. Come on. Give us something.
Number 3 seed will be the Tigers of Georgetown. The Tigers earned an at-large berth out of the Mid-South with an overall mark of 22-7 and have the most national tournament wins amongst teams in the field with 80. They will face the number 14 seeded Cougars of IU Kokomo. The Cougars claimed an at-large berth out of the River States Conference with an overall record of 24-7. The number 6 seed in the Naismith quadrant are the Pilots of Bethel, Indiana. The Pilots gained an at-large berth out of the Crossroads League with an overall mark of 23-7. They will face the number 11 seed, the Running Eagles of Life. The Running Eagles garnered an at-large berth out of the Southern States with an overall record of 20-10 and are looking for their 4th red banner. The next matchups will take.
Boy, so we won't be in Georgetown, guys. Damn it. There's only one other team, but they in Cumberland, Kentucky, and that's still a nice little drive away. But I'll make it because I'm loyal to my son. Let's go.
Take place in Chandler, Arizona, hosted by Arizona.
Oh, no, we don't want shit. Don't send us there. Oh, hell no. Please don't send us there. Don't. Basketball gods, please do not send us there. It'd be shameful if we get to go there.
Christian. The number
It would be a great experience for them kids. I got to stop being selfish. Let's go.
2 seed will be the Firestorm of Arizona Christian. The Firestorm grabbed an at-large berth out of the GSAC with an overall record of 22-7. They will match up against the number 15 seeded Warriors of Corbin. The Warriors are the Cascade Collegiate Conference Tournament champions with an overall record of 17-14. The number 7 seed in the Naismith quadrant are the Pioneers of Wayland Baptist. The Pioneers claimed an at-large berth out of the Sooner with an overall mark of 23-7. They will face the number 10 seed, the Saints of Carroll. The Saints gained an at-large berth out of the Frontier with an overall record of 20-9. Let's take one final look at the 16 teams in the Naismith quadrant.
The Naismith quadrant.
Let's move to the Kramer quadrant, with the first and second round games being played in
the Kramer quadrant. Okay.
Waxahachie, Texas, hosted by Nelson. The number 1
Nothing wrong with the state of Texas. I just don't want to have to go there.
seed will be the Lions of Nelson. The Lions claim the Sooner regular season champion.
But I think we could kind of see how they kind of doing this. So they want to, schools don't have a lot of money and they don't want to put a lot of traveling on some of these schools. So, and of course, if you're a higher seed, it's automatic. You're going to get a close home court situation. So let's see.
With an overall record of 25-5. They will face the number 16 seeded Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist. The Buffaloes won the Continental Athletic Conference with an overall record of 18-9 and are making their first ever appearance in the national field. The number 7 seed are the Red Hawks of Benedictine Mesa. The Red Hawks earned an at-large berth out of the GSAC with an overall record of 24-6. They will face the number 9 seed, the Mound Builders of Southwestern. The Mound Builders claimed an at-large berth out of the KCAC with an overall record of 21-9. The next matchups will take place in Columbia, Missouri, hosted by Columbia College.
Okay, we don't want to go to Missouri either. Nothing against Missouri. Nothing against the great state of Missouri. But we don't want to go there either.
Number 4 seed will be the Cougars of Columbia. The Cougars claim the American Midwest Conference Tournament Championship with an overall record of 28-3 and are joining the field for the 25th time. They will match up against the number 13 seeded Bulldogs of McPherson. The Bulldogs earned an at-large berth out of the KCAC with an overall record of 20-9 and are in the tournament for the first time in 12 years. The number 5 seed in the Kramer quadrant are the Bears of Pikeville. The Bears are the AAC regular season champions with an overall record of 27-4. They will face the number 12 seed, the Eagles of Faulkner. The Eagles grabbed an at-large berth out of the Southern States with an overall mark of 20-9. The next matchups in the Kramer quadrant will be played in Fullerton, California,
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Please don't send us out there. We do not need nothing against the beautiful state of California. I love San Diego, but we don't want to go there. I'm just saying, let's go.
hosted by Hope International. The number 3 seed in the Kramer quadrant are the Royals of Hope International. The Royals gained an at-large berth out of the GSAC with an overall mark of 23-6. They will match up against the number 14 seeded Grizzlies of Georgia Gwinnett. The Grizzlies are the Continental Athletic Conference tournament runners-up with an overall record of 25-6 and are making their first appearance in the national field. The number 6 seed will be the Seahawks of Kaiser. The Seahawks earned an at-large berth out of the Sun Conference with an overall record of 24-5. They will face the number 11 seeded Hustlin' Owls of Oregon Tech. The Hustlin' Owls collected an at-large berth out of the Cascade with an overall record of 19-10 and are looking for their 4th national championship. The next matchups will take place in Marion, Indiana, hosted by Indiana Wesleyan.
Okay. I don't know where Marion, Indiana is. I don't have an idea on how close that is or how far away that is. I don't know. We're going to have to look that up. You know, find out where Mariana, Indiana. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the map says. Going from my home to Mariana, Indiana. It's 3 hours and 14 minutes away. Oh, gosh. Let's see what happens.
The number 2 seed will be the Wildcats of Indiana Wesleyan. The Wildcats are the tournament runners-up in the Crossroad League with an overall mark of 26-5 and are looking for their 4th red banner. They will match up against the number 15 seeded Fighting Saints of St. Francis. The Fighting Saints are the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference tournament champions with an overall mark of 23-7. The number 7 seed in the Kramer quadrant are the Bears of Shawnee State. The Bears claim the River State's regular season title with an overall record of 24-6. They will face the number 10 seed, the Roadrunners of Dalton State. The Roadrunners are the Southern States tournament champions with an overall record of 23-8. Let's take one final look at the 16 teams in the Kramer quadrant. Let's take a break now and come back with the remaining 32 teams in the field.
Yeah, I don't hear no break time. So we're going to skip a little bit. So I'm trying to get through these goddamn commercials. We're not doing that. We're not going to do that. Let's keep going.
Welcome back.
Yeah, because I don't want to see all these damn commercials. I want to get to my son's bracket. Now, my fingers are still crossed, guys. My fingers are still crossed. Don't put us out in the West Coast. We got a chance. And we wasn't in that at Marietta, so we good. We good. We're going to see where we are, but we were good not to be in that Marietta. Let's go.
Moving now to the Door quadrant, with the 1st and 2nd round games being played in Winona Lake, Indiana, hosted by Grace. The number 1...
Oh, Lord, these sound far out to me. These sound far. Why? What did he say? Winona Lake? Is that? All right, Winona Lake, Indiana. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see how far it's going to take me. Oh, God, that's even worse. That's 4 hours away. God damn. All right, don't send us there.
Seed will be the Lancers of Grace. The Lancers claim the Crossroads League regular season title with an overall record of 28-3. They will face the number 16 seeded Royals of Johnson. The Royals won the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament Championship with an overall record of 18-13 and are making their second trip to the national tournament. The number 8 seed in the Dewar Quadrant are the Crusaders of Madonna. The Crusaders are the Wolverine Hoosier regular season champions with an overall mark of 24-7. They will face the number 9 seed, the Fire of Southeastern. The Fire collected an at-large berth out of the Sun Conference with an overall record of 24-6. The next matchups will take place in Williamsburg, Kentucky, hosted by Cumberlands. The number 4 seed will be the Patriots of Cumberlands. The Patriots earned an at-large berth out of the Mid-South Conference with an overall record of 23-7 and are making their 33rd trip to the national tournament. They will match up against the number 13 seeded Warriors of Indiana Tech. The Warriors are the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference regular season runners-up with an overall record of 22-7. The number 5 seed in the Dewar Quadrant are the Crusaders of William Carey. The Crusaders are the Southern States regular season champions with an overall record of 27-4. They will face the number 12 seed, the Gold Rush of Xavier. The Gold Rush garnered an at-large.
Okay. So now we're not in Kentucky no more. The 2 teams that was in Kentucky, we missed out on the opportunity. How far am I going to have to go?
Berth out of the Red River Athletic Conference with an overall record of 20-10 and are making their 24th appearance in the national tournament. The next matchups in the Dewar Quadrant will be played in Wichita, Kansas, hosted by Friends. The number 3 seed will be the Gyrenes of Ave Maria. The Gyrenes are the Sun Conference Tournament champions with an overall mark of 26-4. They will face the number 14 seeded Eagles of Texas A&M Texarkana. The Eagles collected an at-large berth out of the Red River with an overall record of 20-10 and are in the field for the second time in program history. The number 6 seed in the Dewar Quadrant are the Falcons of Friends. The Falcons are the KCAC tournament champions with an overall record of 25-6. They will face the number 11 seed, the Grenadiers of IU Southeast. The Grenadiers are the Red River States tournament champions with an overall record of 15-16. The next matchups will take place in Shreveport, Louisiana, hosted.
Well, there you have it, folks.
The next matchups will take place in Shreveport, Louisiana, hosted by LSU Shreveport. The number 2 seed will be the Pilots of LSU Shreveport. The Pilots won the Red River Athletic Conference regular season championship with an overall record of 26-5 and are joining the national field for the 21st time. They will match up against the number 15 seeded Bulldogs of Tougaloo. The Bulldogs are the HBCU Athletic Conference tournament runners-up with an overall record of 19-9. The number 7 seed in the Dewar Quadrant are the Mustangs of Morningside. The Mustangs won the GPAC regular season title with an overall mark of 22-7 and are making their 22nd trip to the national tournament. They will face the number 10 seed, the Rams of Texas Wesleyan. The Rams joined the national field with an at-large berth out of the Sooner with an overall record of 19-9. Let's take one final look at the 16 teams in the Dewar Quadrant. Just 16 teams.
Pitiful. Pitiful. They're going to put us, man. They're going to stay in the state of Kansas the whole goddamn time. I guess it is what it is. That damn record was hurting us.
Teams remain as we move to the listing quadrant as we take a look at the first host site of the first and second rounds played in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, hosted by Oklahoma Wesleyan. The number 1 seed will be the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. The Eagles are the KCAC regular season champions with an overall record of 28-3. They will face the number 16 seeded Knights of Southern University in New Orleans. The Knights earned the HBCU Athletic Conference Tournament title with an overall record of 17-13 and are in the tournament field for the first time since 2012. The number 8 seed in the listing quadrant are the Ore Diggers of Montana Tech. The Ore Diggers gained an at-large berth out of the Frontier with an overall record of 22-8. They will face the number 9 seeded Stars of Oklahoma City. The Stars won the Sooner tournament with an overall mark of 21-10 and are looking for their 7th red banner. The next matchups will take place in Langston, Oklahoma, hosted by Langston. The number 4 seed will be the Lions of Langston. The Lions gained an at-large berth out of the Sooner with an overall mark of 24-7. They will match up against the number 13 seeded Wildcats of Bethel, Tennessee. The Wildcats garnered an at-large berth out of the Mid-South with an overall mark of 19-12 and are in the national tournament for the first time since 2019. The number 5 seed in the listing quadrant are the Generals of LSU Alexandria. The Generals are the Red River regular season runners-up with an overall record of 23-8. They will face the number 12 seed, the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon. The Mountaineers gained an at-large berth out of Cascade with an overall record of 21-8. The next matchups in the listing quadrant will be played in Huntington, Indiana, hosted by Huntington. The number 3 seed will be the Foresters of Huntington. The Foresters earned an at-large berth out of the Crossroads League with an overall record of 22-8. They will face the number 14 seeded Bruins of Bellevue. The Bruins are the regular season runners-up in the Frontier with an overall record of 22-7 and are making their 23rd trip to the national tournament. The number 6 seed in the listing quadrant are the Yellow Jackets of Graceland. The Yellow Jackets are the Heart of America Athletic Conference regular season champions with an overall record of 25-6 and are making their 3rd national championship appearance. They will face the number 11 seed, the Blue Raiders of Lindsey Wilson. The Blue Raiders gained an at-large berth out of the Mid-South with an overall mark of 18-11 and are joining the national field for the first time since 2018. The next matchups will take place in Butte, Montana, hosted by Rocky Mountain. The number 2 seed will be the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain. The Battling Bears claim the Frontier regular season title with an overall mark of 28-3 and are in the tournament field for the first time since 2019. They will face the number 15 seeded, the Red Hawks of Simpson. The Red Hawks are the CalPAC tournament champions with an overall record of 16-11 and are joining the national field for the first time in program history. The number 7 seed in the listing quadrant are the Warriors of Lewis Clark State. The Warriors are the Cascade regular season champions with an overall record of 24-7 and are making their 20th appearance in the national field. They will face the number 10 seed, the Mustangs of the Masters. The Mustangs are the GSAC tournament champions with an overall record of 20-9. Let's take one final look at the 16 teams in the listing quadrant. Visit NAIA.org/watch to learn how you can catch the NAIA postseason action live and free of charge on the NAIA Network and Urban Edge Network.
Well, guys, there you have it. We have our field. We have our field of 16. We know who we playing. I don't like where they put us, but it's where they put us. I'd rather been in Williamsburg, Kentucky. And the crazy part is, I don't know. The crazy part is that Friends, Kansas, and we 11th seed. That, but in case you missed it, here it goes. That's the schedule. That's who we play. That's in our region, and we're in Kansas. So it's time to play. Continue to be the underdog that we've been. And continue to shock the world. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And I think we can. We got that type team. We got leadership on our team that's going to help us get that. Going to help us accomplish that goal. With that being said, I will catch you beautiful people on the next one. Right on.